What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Countdown Scouting Network. I'm your host, Joey Garcia, and today we're getting into the New Orleans Saints 2023 NFL Draft Class. So let's get started. All right, in the first round, 29th overall pick. I love this pick. They took Brian Breesy, the defensive lineman from Clemson. I thought he was going to be a top 15 pick. I know he didn't have a great year this year, and that's probably what pushed him down boards. He ended up losing his sister this year, and that's probably something that hindered him because I can't imagine losing my sister and then having to play football and go to school and everything. So that was probably something that was weighing heavily on him. So that might be why his production wasn't very good last year. But he is 6'5", 300 pounds, and he has a quick first step. He's super athletic for his size, and he's super strong for his size as well. He doesn't play that consistently, and especially last year, I already said he's a little disappointing. But he does everything well sometimes, and other times his technique just breaks down. It's almost like he is trying to do too much, or he thinks he's recognizing something and he's not, or he just thinks he can brute strength something. So that's something you want to get the consistency down. But I think this is a really good pick. Next pick, Isaiah Foskey, edge rusher from Notre Dame. I thought this is who they were going to take at 29 before Brian Breesy was there. This is a really good pick. I thought he was going to be a late first round pick. They end up getting him, in the early second round. So I think it's a good pick. He's 6'5", 265 pounds, and he's pretty explosive off the edge. I heard people say that his ankles are a little weak. I also heard them say that about Michael Mayer. I don't really know what that means. But I think he's got a really good football character. I hear only good things about him. The only negative I have against him, he seems pretty technically refined. It's just when he goes up against like actual NFL caliber tackles, he kind of fades away. You don't really see him make any splash plays or anything like that. So that's something to monitor at the next level. But I like his game. I really do. All right, third round pick, Kendre Miller, running back from TCU. I love this kid. I did not expect him to go this early, but I really do love this kid. He's probably has the best vision in the class, and I mean that with Bijan Robinson in the class and Jahmyr Gibbs in the class. This kid, I think, has the best vision in the class. He's got the best instincts. He knows when to bounce it, when to cut up, when to cut back during runs. So he's an elite runner in that aspect. He's not the most explosive runner. He doesn't run the fastest. He's not a home run hitter, but his contact balance is good, and he can keep his feet churning. Something that he has to get better at, which is almost every single running back in this class, has to get better at pass protection. At the next level, you got to be able to pass protect. He doesn't have the greatest hand, so there's a chance he's not ever going to really see third down work. I know they have Alvin Kamara there, so that's something. But Alvin Kamara might be dealing with some legal issues still from the Las Vegas arrest. So that's something to think about as well. But I think this is a guy that's going to take some inside zone, inside run workload from Alvin Kamara. So I really like this pick. And if he was RB1, if they didn't have Alvin Kamara, I think he'd be a really quality RB1 as well. Their next pick is Nick Saldiveri. Excuse me. He's the tackle from Old Dominion. He is 6'6", 320 pounds, and I like this kid. I was talking with some of my scouting buddies about him. Oh God, when was this? This was early. I was digging into some tape, and I kind of stumbled upon him, and we were talking about him. Maybe this might have been in February. I think this was in February, and we were talking about him, and we were really impressed with him. He's a really good pass blocker. And I know he talked about playing inside a little bit. I like him at left tackle. I think he can play right tackle. I think he can play left tackle. I know he can play. I like him at right tackle. I think he can play left tackle a little bit. I know he can play right tackle. I know he can play right guard. I think he can move to left guard as well if need be. I would stick him at right tackle. I think keeping him at right tackle would be perfect. He's got the size for it. He's a really good pass blocker, super refined pass blocker, and he's not the best run blocker, so putting him inside is really not going to help you that much. I think he needs to stick at right tackle, but he can play for the position. So good pick right here. Another fourth round pick. They got Jake Hayner, the quarterback out of Fresno State. I like this a lot. I like Derek Carr, and I think he's going to do well. I like Jameis Winston, especially in a backup role. He's a leader in the locker room, and I think he can step in and make some plays. I like Jameis Winston. To have Jake Hayner kind of develop behind them as a Fresno State guy, Derek Carr was a Fresno State guy. Yes, he's small. His arm's not very good. He's just an okay athlete for being 6 feet, 200 pounds. Like, you would want him to be a better athlete. I understand that. But he's just got like this moxie to him. This can't beat me attitude, always making plays. It's moxie. That's really all I can really uh, attribute it to. He's got good accuracy and good touch, but he just reminds me of Gardner Minshew. When we watched Gardner Minshew at Jacksonville his rookie year, and even sometime at Philly this year. It wasn't a lot during Philly because he played more in that system, but it's just I don't. There's really nothing else I can say other than the kid's got moxie. So as a QB3, a developmental guy, I like this pick a lot. Next pick, Jordan Howden from Minnesota. He's a safety. I gave this a C. I think he is a guy who's going to play in the box and just be a run stuffing safety. He's very physical. He's instinctual and can play some zone. If you talk about a robber role or someone that's going to play underneath, I don't think he can play up top. And he also can't be like a nickel defender or anything like that, unless it's like a big nickel where you're playing in the red zone. That's probably about it. He can't play man coverage, but his zone instincts are good, and he's a physical tackler. He hits hard. So I think this guy is, again, someone that you want to play special teams and occasionally be your fifth, maybe sixth safety on your depth chart, depending on what you like to run on defense. All right, A.T. Perry, another good pick right here. Wide receiver from Wake Forest. He's 6'4", 200 pounds, and I don't really like that Wake Forest offense that much. It kind of limits them when they go to the next level. They got to take a bigger jump. That's why he was a sixth round pick. It's just because it's just a lot of vertical stuff. They don't really run a big route tree. So his separation skills, obviously he's just running vertically, and he's not the fastest guy, and his routes need some work. He has struggled a little bit to beat press. So that's, again, something he needs to work on, are routes, press coverage, that kind of stuff. But day one, he can be a red zone threat. So that's kind of what I'm thinking they're gonna do, is throw him in on these big packages. Have Mike Williams, have Mike Evans on one side, him on the other side. Throw Chris Godwin in the slot. I would like that a lot in the red zone. And that was also their last pick. So if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like on this video. If you didn't, go ahead and comment down in the comment section and tell me that I'm an idiot. I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching this. Tomorrow we'll do the Carolina Panthers probably, and then the next day we'll do the Atlanta Falcons. And then that'll wrap up our 2023 NFL draft grades, and we'll move on to the undrafted free agents. So appreciate you guys watching. Have a good day. Peace.